Hello there! Today we are going on a path of skulls, and I'm going to show you how to paint a Demon Prince who has devoted his life to Khorne, the god of anger and bloodshed. My name is Kyle, and welcome to the 8 Paints. If you're new to Warhammer, a Demon Prince was once a mortal being who has risen up through conquest and combat in the name of their chaos god they worship. They lose their humanity and are gifted with immortal-like powers. They become a demon, and an icon for their god. The Slaves to Darkness Demon Prince kit is a really awesome hero model. I love chaos models like this because you can paint them in any way to fit your chosen Dark Lord's army. This kit has a few different ways you can build it. You can give him a sword or an axe, give him wings or pikes with skulls from his back, even a jetpack for 40k. Despite all the ways you can customize your prince, there's no iconography to the other gods. I like the Chaos 8-star a lot, but it's too ambiguous for me. If you're supposed to be an icon for your god, you need to have some flair. So that was my goal for this project. I'm going to make a Demon Prince blessed with the powers of Khorne. To achieve this, I'm going to do a light kit bash by using bits from a Skull Reaper box and a Bloodthirster box. I used one of the Bloodthirster heads to make a weird crown for my Demon Prince. I took some armor and icons from both kits too. I wanted this guy to look like a fanatic. Now that we have him modeled out, it's time to paint him. Reference is super important. I use the box art as a starting point always. This artwork from Games Workshop of Abaddon has a grim dark feel to it. I wanted this to guide my color palette. I also looked at Forge World because they have a Khorne Demon Prince, and I wanted to use that armor as inspiration for my armor. I start out with Rakarth flesh on his chest. I want to do a human flesh tone that transitions into a demon flesh. Next, I blend Khorne Red and Rhine Oxide to make my special Dr. Pepper color. I base coat this all over the flesh areas. I switch over to Xandri Dust to block in any bone or horn areas. Also, don't forget the spine on his back and tail. Then, I highlight this nasty boy's muscles with Khorne Red. I love painting with red because the colors blend together easily and highlight nicely. And off camera, I added a crimson shade to his chest to transition from his human flesh to the demon flesh. As I'm waiting for the chest and muscles to set, I move on to dry brush my wings with Troll Slayer Orange and then dry brush them with Ariel Yellow. This stands out a lot right now, but I'm going to apply a shade to them soon to meld the colors together. Next, we take some Khorne Red and mix it up with some Jaikairo Orange. We're going to use this color as another highlight for the muscles. I take Agrax to shade the horns, the skulls, and his toenails. We'll also use the shade on his wings as well. Oh, and also don't forget about that spine behind him. As you can see, this model is already taking shape. For his eyes, I'm just going to put a little bit of gray sear carefully in there. Once that dries, I will use Yanden Yellow contrast paint to give it a glow effect. Let's add more highlights with the Jaikairo orange on his muscles. Unfortunately, I did a lot of experimenting off camera. For his chest, I added another flesh shade, I did Jerky Violet shade, and then I edge highlighted with Rickhearth flesh. Clean up the wings with some Khorne red. There's me putting the Yanden yellow into his eyes. Add more Agrax to the horns and bones for a grittier feel. Once this dries, I'll do this one more time, just closer to the base of his head. Then I hit the spines of the wings with some Evil Red Sun Scarlet. Since things are looking pretty neat and tidy, let's move on to the armor. Looking at the Forge World Daemon Prince, the armor looks a little dingy. The colors is dirty brown, and I was thinking about maybe adding Mornfang or Rhinox hide or some other color to Leadbelcher. Instead, I got a little experimental and I added another true metallic metal to my Leadbelcher. I did Balthazar Gold. This gave me a color I did desire, and I decided to use this for the main bulk of my armor. Traditionally, Khorne is all about brass trim. For my brass recipe on this guy, I used Retributor armor and Warplock bronze together. This made a really nice dark brass color. I'm going to throw this on all his trim and any other armor places that stand out. Now that the armor is based out, it's time to make this look even more worn and dingy. I'm covering these areas with Nuln Oil. Once this is all dry, for the highlight of the trim, I will use Retributor armor. After that, I use Leadbelcher and then Ironbreak as highlights for the silver. There were some parts of this that I didn't film while doing this project. These parts included the handle of his axe and his loincloth. For this recipe, I just used Abaddon Black, Dark Incubi, and Rust Grey. Now that we're finished painting him, I'll take him off this temporary base and stick him on his 60mm base that I had decorated with sand and slate. Congratulations, we've ascended to demonhood, and our prince is ready to hit the table to slick the ground with gore and blood. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video and it gives you inspiration to make a really cool demon prince for your chaos army. I'm very humbled by the paint jobs that I see on Reddit and anywhere the hobby community exists. Feel free to comment with any constructive feedback you have for me, or comment how you painted your demon prince. Or comment if you have any cool lore that you made for your own champion of chaos. My plan is to continue to make videos, so please like and subscribe to this channel. If you want to see me paint anything specific, or have any cool ideas for the channel, feel free to leave that in the comments as well. Thank you so much for watching. I gotta head out and collect some skulls for the Bone Throne. See ya!